Joe, what's up, Joe? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so Muhammad's a false prophet. Oh, that's the
I
topic.
disagree with that.
That's the topic. All right, let me let
Yeah,
me let me let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I say so. Let me tell you why I say so. You is that what you want to deal with, or you want to deal with the other one? Jesus is God.
yeah, but I just came up for a specific question. Maybe you had this conversation before about prophecies because the Quran makes assertions saying that the
Mm-hmm.
Prophet Muhammad is mentioned in the Bible. And there's.
Yeah, yeah.
And I believe that the prophecy in Daniel 9 is about Prophet Muhammad and the nation of Islam. So I just want you to have a conversation about that right quick.
that's that's interesting. But okay,
Yeah.
what? Okay, Daniel 9. You said Muhammad is prophesied in Daniel 9. So tell me why.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, you gotta understand the historicity of it, like what takes place, and in what time frame that it's scheduled to happen or it should happen. That prophecy should occur.
Mm-hmm.
And Islam perfectly meets that criteria. So
Okay.
the prophecy says that after the destruction of the temple,
Mm-hmm.
which is in 70 AD. You can agree with that?
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay, 70 AD.
Mm-hmm.
And um, after 70 AD, that's when the prophecy is supposed to take place. So it can't be Christianity because Christianity came before 70 AD. Christ came before 70 AD, so it can't be Christianity. And then also it mentions that the kingdom is supposed to destroy Rome, which Christianity didn't destroy Rome, so deal with that.
You said Daniel 9. I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna give you a chance to change your answer because you're talking about Daniel chapter 9, right?
Daniel, yeah, Daniel. I don't. Maybe Daniel doesn't mention the temple.
No,
Maybe that's something else that's in my mind.
he mentions he mentioned.
Destroying Rome.
Yeah,
Destroying Rome.
yeah.
Islam meets that criteria.
Okay, so I want to give you a chance to kind of change it because Daniel 9 does not refer to like what you said after.
Kingdom.
Yeah, it doesn't mention the kingdoms. It mentions the destruction
Only
of
Daniel 2.
Messiah. So yeah, I don't. I want to be fair. So you're probably mentioning Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7. Okay,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
probably
Daniel
what
chapter
you're referring to. Okay, so Daniel chapter 2. That's what you're referring to. Where I'll just read it. You're referring to Daniel 2 where it says, one second, let me read it for you real quick. I think it's like verse 40. Yeah, verse 40. A fourth kingdom will be as strong as iron, for iron crushes and shatters everything, and like iron that smashes, it will crush and smash all the others. You saw the feet and toes, partly of a potter's fired clay, and partly of iron. It'll be a divided kingdom, though some of the strength of iron will be in it. Talking about the Roman Empire. I agree. You saw the iron mix of clay, and that the toes of the tribes, the 10 horns of Daniel chapter
East and
7.
West.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about East and West. Is that not the division?
There's more to it. Like
East
in the Roman Empire, if you read Daniel 7, which is in connection with Daniel 2, it mentions that this beast will have 10 heads, 10 horns, and 3 horns will be uprooted, and a little one will come up. Those refer to how the Roman Empire had split into 10 tribes. They're called the 10 Germanic tribes, and 3 horns that were uprooted refer to like Aryan tribes or Aryan. I think they're called what? This is like a historic Protestant view. They were Aryan tribes. Yeah, Germanic tribes. Yeah. So then you're mentioning verse 44, where it says, "In the days of those kings, the God of the heavens will set up a kingdom that will never be destroyed, and this kingdom will not be left to another people. It will crush all these kingdoms and bring them to an end, but will itself endure forever. You saw a stone break off from the mountain without a hand touching it, and it crushed the iron, bronze, fired clay, silver, and gold. The great God has told the king what will happen in the future. The dream is certain, and its interpretation is reliable." So you're saying that is talking about Islam, right?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful.
No, not that one. That's Rome. Or was it? Did you
Don't,
mention the
don't,
destruction
don't,
part?
yeah, you're talking about the
Oh
destruction.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what you mean, the destruction. All right, so
Military destruction. Military.
beautiful. So when it says in Daniel 2 verse 44 that this one will not be left to another people, what does that mean?
It'll be not left to another people. I don't know.
Well, what it means then? What it means is that this kingdom will be ruled by God Himself. You agree with that, right?
Yeah. Stone cut without human hands.
Beautiful. All right, so let's put this in conjunction with, because the book of Daniel is progressive. It's one book. So Daniel, he gives more explanation to this prophecy of Daniel 2 and Daniel 7, which is another place you guys go. So I'm going to go to Daniel 7. We're going to read what the more information he gives here, okay? I'm going to start from verse 9. As I kept watching, this is after Daniel talks about the lion of Babylon, the bear of Medo-Persia, the leopard of Greece, and then the goat of Rome with its 10 horns that appear. He says that the Rome is the goat. As I kept watching, thrones were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His clothing was white like snow, and the hair of his head like white as wool. His throne was flaming fire, and its wheels were blazing fire. A river of fire was flowing, coming out from his presence. Thousands upon thousands served him, and 10 times 1,000 times 10,000 to be horned. The court was convened, and the books were opened. I'm going to jump to verse 13. I continued watching in the night visions, and suddenly one like a son of man was coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was escorted before him. He was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, so that those of every people, nation, and language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will not be destroyed. Are you able to agree, Joe, that this Son of Man is the one who's ruling the fifth kingdom, the one that destroys Rome?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. So you said that this prophesies Islam, right?
Yeah.
All right. According to your belief, is Muhammad one who is served, or the word serve here, by the way, in Aramaic is a term only for God. It means to render divine service or worship. So is Muhammad...
Say that again?
Yeah, the word used for serve here is a term only used for God in the biblical literature.
Okay,
And it's a term referred... Yeah.
Let me understand what verse said the serve part.
Verse 14. You want me to put on... I can put on the screen for you.
Yeah.
And Neopologetics, join the stage because you're wrong. I know you're referring to Esther chapter 7, I believe it is. You're wrong as well. This is the text here, my friend. It says, he was given dominion and glory and the kingdom, so that those of every people... Let me let him up. I'll let both of you guys up at the same time. Those of every people, nation, and language should serve him. So, my friend, do you believe that Muhammad is served by everyone, or do we serve, or in your paradigm, do you serve the Most High, Allah? Who do you serve?
Yeah, prophet's given dominion.
Sorry, apologize. 1 sec. I'm just letting this brother answer. Yeah, Joe, do you believe that Muhammad is served by all peoples and that he is the one who reigns on the throne? Or do you believe that Allah is the one who reigns and Allah is the one who's served by all people?
The Prophet Muhammad has dominion.
Mm-hmm.
The Prophet Muhammad in a hadith, he said that he is the son of man. He is the master of Bani Adam. So in a sense, you could say that. But if you're saying that it's a divinic sense, where you have to prove that it's...
Well, is yeah, is
you can serve a king, right? In that context.
well, I'm asking you, does Muhammad reign? Is he king forever? Is he the everlasting king whose kingdom will not end? His dominion will not end?
He is the master, the son of man.
I hear you, but I'm asking a specific question.
Yeah.
The text here says that the Son of Man is given dominion, glory, and a kingdom. So the Son of Man is a king who rules over people, and they serve him. And it says that this Son of Man, he will serve forever, meaning he won't die. He's eternal. He serves forever. At least he has an eternal kingdom. No, I'm not assuming. That's what it says. It says he serves forever. His dominion is forever. That's what the text says.
Yeah, his dominion is forever, right?
His dominion is forever, and it will not end. So I'm asking you, is Muhammad king in the Islamic paradigm over the entire world, and does Muhammad's dominion over the earth never end?
Yeah, his
Is he king over the entire earth?
Yeah, he's the master of Bani Adam. He's the master of mankind.
Yo, does anybody have a red book? I'm just gonna give me a second, yo. Anybody in the chat got a red book? Someone in the chat just put a red book in the chat, y'all. Someone just put a red book in the chat.
What's that?
I don't got a book on me. Someone in the chat just put the emoji of like a red book or some book, because we're gonna write down our imaginary red book. We got an imaginary red book.
You want me to show you? You want me to show you?
Hold up. I'm just hold up. Joe, just hold up real quick. Yeah, so we're just gonna put that in our imaginary red book. Muhammad, according to Joe, is the king over the entire earth, whose dominion doesn't end. Beautiful. All right. So continue off of that. So you believe Muhammad would be able to be called king, who reigns forever and reigns over the entire earth, all people on the earth, right?
He is the master of mankind. He is the master.
Is he the king?
His kingdom, which is Islam,
Is
meant to be forever.
Is Muhammad the king of Islam?
King?
Yeah, the king.
He is the master.
So is he? So Joe. I'm asking you specific though. Is he the king? Yes or no? Like a master does not necessitate a king. So is he the king? Yes or no? The king of Islam? Because he said Islam.
It's not necessarily, yeah, but you can read that type of context into it.
I'm asking you like tell me, give me a yes or a no. I'm asking you the question. Is Muhammad the king over the kingdom, which is Islam, forever? Yes or no? If you're saying no, then say no. Joe. I understand you're saying he's the master. If I asked you, is Muhammad the master, you'd say yes. I understand you're saying he's the master. I'm asking you a specific question. Is Muhammad the king over the kingdom, which is Islam? Yes or no?
Depends on what you mean by king.
King as the one that reigns over humans, that whom they serve, who they worship, who they give their service to, that type of thing. Is he the king whom we serve? Yeah, it says they should serve him. So I'm asking you specifically, is Muhammad the king whom all people on the earth will give their service to for eternity, and the king who reigns on the throne over Islam, over the earth forever? Is he that king?
I wouldn't use the word king, no. I wouldn't say king.
No. You said you let me just make sure I'm hearing you. So you said no, he's not the king, but he is the master, right?
Yeah.
So who would be the king according to what I said?
The master of the kingdom.
So Muhammad is the king?
But that's what I'm saying. You have to understand like the context in which you're using,
no, brother.
Starting.
Mm-hmm.
Like king is not used.
Brother, I really don't mean to cut you off, but I ask you specifically. Like you're saying, I have to understand. You're saying that sorry. Joe. You're saying it like it's like the master and king are synonymous, but when I ask you specifically if he's the king, you resort to saying no. So I want to be clear because I don't want to play yes. I don't. So Joe. Pause, Joe. I want to be clear. I don't want yes. No. I just want to be clear. The text says that the Son of Man will be given the kingdom. All people will serve him. They will give him palak, and he will have. Can I finish? I'm not done. All people will serve him, and he will have dominion over the kingdom, and his dominion will not end. His kingdom will not be destroyed. So it says it's his kingdom. He has dominion over his kingdom, and the people in the kingdom are subject to him. So the Son of Man is the king over the earth. Joe, you gotta let me finish. The Son of Man is the king over the earth, and all people serve him. Is Muhammad the king over the earth? Do all people serve him? Or the king over Islam? Like you said, Islam's the kingdom. Is he the king over Islam? All people will serve him.
Wait, let me talk. Don't even understand. He bamboozled me. I thought I actually said king. Okay? So I'll agree with everything, every verse that said there, that the kingdom will be set up by this person, and this person will have dominion of the whole kingdom and it will be an everlasting kingdom, I agree. 100%. That's prophet.
So Muhammad is the king over all Islam.
That's not what it says.
So if you have a kingdom, what are you?
If you have ownership of a kingdom, depends.
Yeah, it says his kingdom. So if the kingdom is yours, what are you? Please be honest with me, bro.
Depends because some okay, so the kingdoms that are mentioned, the five.
I'm gonna ask you, Joe. I'm gonna mute you now because I just want you to be honest with me, right? It's not hard. Like if I have a kingdom, if I have a kingdom, if it's my kingdom, then I am the king. So I'm asking you, Joe, if the Son of Man here has a kingdom, what is he? You could answer. You could unmute. You're off the screen though.
2 seconds.
All right, Nay. While he's busy, I see you in the chat. Nay,
Yo.
do you wanna join in?
Yeah, so it said he's given dominion, right? So if you're given something, then you didn't have it prior. So that couldn't refer to the all-powerful, eternal notion of God if you're given dominion. I don't see how that would follow.
So
also, I was confused on where it says, TMA. I was confused on where it says, king specifically.
So I'll respond to the first point you made. The reason he's given this dominion, he's given this kingdom, is because this vision refers to the exaltation of the Son of Man. So he's given this position of authority after his after him being humble, which flows in the context of Daniel.
You're cutting out.
Hello. Sorry. Yeah. So the reason he's being So the reason he's being given this dominion, this authority, is because this Son of Man event refers to Christ's exaltation after he humbles himself, which comes in the context of Daniel, because Daniel speaks about the Messiah coming and being cut off or atoning for sin, dying, in Daniel chapter 9. So that's why he can be given this authority. So in regards to his humanity, he wouldn't have had this authority. He's given this dominion. But we can go over the text because I could still go over a palak but I didn't go over it yet. I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked Joe. If this kingdom is said to be his, what is he?
If the kingdom is his, what is he? Wait, where does it says that the kingdom is his specifically? Like what verse are you referring to? Could you read it?
Daniel 7:14. He, talking about the Son of Man, was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, so that those of every people, nation, and language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will not be destroyed. Do you see that at the bottom there?
Yeah.
All right.
So you're asking me what is he the king of the kingdom?
I mean, that'll be the answer, but I'm just asking you. I want you to be honest. Like, if it says it's his kingdom, then what is he in relation to this kingdom?
What is he in relation to the kingdom? Yeah, when it says he was given dominion, it showed that someone had dominion prior. So
sorry, Nate, we went over. I understand what it says, but I'm asking about verse 14 right now. It says that it's his kingdom. So I'm asking you, Nate, if the text says that this kingdom is the Son of Man's, then who is the Son of Man in relation to this kingdom? Who would he be in relation to the kingdom?
Yeah, he would be the ruler. We have to. We're subject
So,
to the will of Prophet Muhammad.
Okay, so he's the ruler of the kingdom, or could I use the word king, since a king and kingdom are king is
given dominion.
So is Muhammad the king over Islam, or do you agree that the kingdom is Islam, like Joe said?
Yeah.
Okay, so is Muhammad the king over?
I wanted to ask this question real quick.
Sorry.
Did Greece have a king?
Did Greece have a king?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, Alexander the Great would be counted as the king of that kingdom.
What was he though?
He was an emperor. That's what
Emperor, but he's not a king.
Just king just stands for a leader of the king. Sorry, Joe.
They didn't use.
Joe, what does the Joe? What does the word Joe? What? Sorry, Nate. He's asking me a question. I'm gonna respond to him. Joe, what does the word king mean?
King?
Yeah, what does it mean? Do you know?
You would assume that it's some ownership of a kingdom.
Beautiful. So if
Yeah.
Alexander the Great's the emperor over the Grecian kingdom, then he would be counted or considered a king, just not called a king, right?
Yeah, but he was
Beautiful.
not called a king though.
So then he can be counted as a
Does
king.
Christianity have an error in calling him a king?
Sorry, what?
I don't see where you're saying like king specifically. He's not. I don't know. He's getting king from it, but there's no. Just because it
Yeah,
says
guys, guys.
Wait, one second. Just because it says that the kingdom was given to him and that the kingdom was his doesn't imply that he's a ruler.
All right.
I could say the same sense.
Beautiful.
I have a home, right? I'm the owner of the home, but the ultimate owner would be God because he owns the land. So it's like
Okay,
the same way.
but you're still the owner. You could still be called the owner of the home, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the home is yours. So I'm using that same analogy. I'm going to use that same analogy. God is king over the entire earth. We all agree with this. Beautiful.
Yeah, he has ultimate dominion.
Beautiful. God is king over the entire earth. We all serve him. He has dominion. God's dominion will never end. Beautiful.
Yes.
The text here says that this Son of Man, he is the one who has dominion, which will never end. The text says.
Given.
So can I finish? Don't come off, please. His dominion will never end. His kingdom will not pass away. And the text says that the kingdom is his. It says his kingdom. So, Nay, or Joe, whoever wants to answer. Joe, you say you have to leave. You do. That's fine. You can come back on Sunday, whatever you want. Joe or King, Nay, whoever wants to answer.
Yeah.
If I say that God is great, the earth is his kingdom. When I say the earth is his kingdom, what am I calling God in relation to the earth?
The ultimate authority over the earth.
Beautiful. And since I use the word kingdom, I could say that God is the king of this kingdom. Since a king rules a kingdom, right? Is that
Yeah.
hard to say? Okay, beautiful. So back to the text. I'm gonna stick on the text. The text says that the Son of Man, it's his dominion that will never end, that is everlasting, and it says that this is his kingdom. If the kingdom is his, if it says this is his kingdom, talking about the Son of Man, then as you said, this is what you just said for God. You don't have to use ultimate, but I just want to hear a specific word. I just want to hear something that relates to the text. If it says that this is his, the Son of Man's kingdom, who is the Son of Man, Nay or Joe? Who is the Son of Man in relation to this kingdom?
Yes. So that's a great question. So we make the distinction, right? We agree that our prophet is going to be given dominion over. Given. That's the key distinction that we have to make. He's given dominion. So he is the ruler of Islam because we're subject to whatever he says.
Can I call him the king? I don't mean to cut you off, but could I call him the king since it's a kingdom? Can I call him the king of the kingdom?
I mean, it's not directly implied in the text. Emperor, you could say king. You could say king in a sense. You could say king in the sense that you're subject to his laws and commands.
And I render service to him.
Render service to him.
I mean, it says we serve the Son of Man, right?
Yeah, you must serve the prophet.
All right, beautiful. So if I say that Muhammad is the king of Islam or the king of the earth, and I render service to him, Muhammad's kingdom will never end, and Muhammad's dominion will never be destroyed. Or Muhammad's dominion will never end, and Muhammad's kingdom will never be destroyed. Is that okay to say Islamically?
I feel as though. Wait, hold on, Glenn. I feel as though you're pointing towards that it can only be God that's having dominion.
Joe, you guys are both Muslims. I'm a Christian. You guys know what I believe. So I'm not done. I'm not necessarily right now talking about what I believe. I know what the text says. I disagree with you guys 100%. But I'm just granting you guys' position. I want to hear what you guys are saying about this text. So I'm just going off of what you guys said. You guys said that we serve Muhammad. Muhammad's ruler. I listened to you guys. You said Muhammad's ruler. We serve Muhammad because he said we have to serve all the prophets. Beautiful. And Muhammad can be called king in the sense that he is the one who has dominion over this kingdom Islam. Beautiful. So all I'm doing is I'm putting the term name Muhammad into the text, since that's what you guys believe. You believe Muhammad can be inserted into the text because he's the one being spoken of. So I'm going to read it. It says, Muhammad He is the king over the earth, king over the Islam. His
What
king.
does it say? What?
I'm not.
Where does it say king of Islam?
Didn't you just say that he could be called king in a sense?
Oh, I thought you were reading only that into the text. Okay.
No, I'm reading the text based on the the implication of the text.
I want you to understand.
Wait, guys, before you guys speak, I'm just gonna say what I'm saying, and then you guys can respond to that, okay? So I'm just gonna say what you guys have been saying. I'm gonna put Muhammad in there. Muhammad is the king over this kingdom, the earth, or Islam. One. Muhammad's kingship will never end. His dominion will never end. So his dominion over the earth of Islam will never end.
Yeah.
Muhammad's kingdom will never be destroyed, and all people of the earth will serve Muhammad. Is that okay to say in your view and your paradigm?
Yeah, there's no problem. So
Okay.
I want to say this. The king part. You don't have to refer to the prophet as king.
Is he? Is he?
That would be a disservice.
Is he though?
Not a disservice. I don't think that aligns with our viewpoints and how we use words. So we wouldn't say king. But in a context, if you're bringing the context to what it means to be a king and dominion, having dominion or ownership of the earth and filling the earth with God, then yeah, I agree. Yeah, the Prophet Muhammad fits everything in that that's being said there.
Beautiful. So then you guys are saying then that Muhammad would be able to be called. You said in your view you guys don't use the term king.
He's not able to be called a king because the Prophet Muhammad said not to. He was like said not to use those. Like he would refer to him as himself as the messenger of God.
Okay.
So that's how we're gonna refer to him as. We're not gonna refer to him as king.
But the reason I'll tell you guys the reason I keep pressing king, I keep saying king, is because it says that this is the Son of Man's kingdom. So I don't see what's, to be honest, I don't see what's so difficult with this. I know you guys say you don't say king, but I don't see what is so difficult in being able to you guys saying this is Muhammad to call him the king over the earth, because the text is saying that this kingdom is the Son of Man, and the text says it was given to him. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying it doesn't say that. It says that. I'm not disagreeing with it, but the text says specifically also that this is his kingdom. So, like I said, if Canada's a kingdom and Canada was my kingdom, that means I'm the king of Canada. Canada doesn't have a king. I'm just saying. So if the text here says that the Son of Man, it's his kingdom and he has dominion over it, then the implication of the text is that the Son of Man is king over the kingdom. Is that crazy to say?
Bro, I feel like it's just you know I say king in the sense that we must follow his commands. We're not. Yeah, I understand that. Look, there's also that, but also the kingdoms that are mentioned, which one of them is Greece, right? You agree? Greece is an empire that has an emperor. An empire that has an emperor, but the prophecy calls Greece a kingdom, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was a kingdom.
Context, we will refer to him as an emperor. We're not going to refer to him as a king.
So
because they say that he has a kingdom.
So
kingdom means just means in context that it's a combined or unified force.
Wait, where does the word kingdom even come from? I mean, king come from, like the word king. What is a king to you guys then? Like, yeah, let me ask you this: what is a king to you guys then? What do you guys define as a king?
Could be someone who sets laws, has authority over set people.
All right, I'll read a definition and I'll just ask if you guys agree. I just remember.
I don't know where this is gonna go. Like we're just this is another question. He just wants us to refer to that.
Yeah, I'll read this.
We wouldn't have a problem if you're referring to the sense that he sets authority. I mean, he has authority over setting like laws and jurisprudence.
All right, I'll ask one more question on this, and then we could move on from this point. I'll just read a definition of king and just ask if you guys agree. So it says here, this is Merriam-Webster's dictionary. It says here, a king, a male monarch of a major territorial unit. I'm gonna read two. The second definition, a king. They just use the same word. Free, one that holds a preeminent position or a chief among others. And it goes on. So do you guys agree with those definitions that a king is one who's the monarch over territory, over a space?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I'm going to read the term monarch. Monarch defined: a person who reigns over a kingdom or empire, such as a sovereign ruler. Do you guys agree with that definition?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. So I'm just gonna steel man what you guys have said, and we can move off. So based on what I read and based on what you guys have said today, by my understanding of what you guys have said, Muhammad is the son of man of Daniel 7. Muhammad is the king. He can be called king. You guys said he wouldn't be. Don't call him king, but he can be called king over Islam, over the earth. He is he's the sovereign or the supreme ruler over the earth. So that's what a king is. He's the ruler. Muhammad receives service from his subjects, from the people in his kingdom. All people serve him. Muhammad's dominion over Islam or over the earth is everlasting, or it goes forever. And Muhammad's kingdom will never end. Is that a fair representation based on the text, the way you guys said? Just say yes or yes. All right, beautiful. We could move off from this. What else do you guys have to say then?
Yeah, I would just say, like, the verse when you're talking about everlasting, the word olam in the Aramaic is not always referring to eternal.
Mm-hmm. You're right. It doesn't always refer to eternally. That's good. You've been studying. But Nay, you agree that words are defined by the context they're used in, right?
Words are defined by the context used in. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, like if one of my videos I said this. If I say I have a bat, unless I give context, you don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I'm in a cave, then obviously I'm probably talking about an animal. If I'm on a baseball field at a baseball diamond, I'm probably talking about a baseball bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's similar to olam. Olam has the wide range of definitions. You're right. It can mean long duration, perpetual, not necessarily like everlasting. I agree with you. But the text here defines how it's being used. It says his dominion is olam, is everlasting, that will not pass away. And his kingdom one that will not be destroyed. So the text defines it that this dominion the Son of Man has will not pass away. So that is pretty clear that this dominion is eternal. It's everlasting would be the right way to translate this, because the context says that this dominion he has doesn't end. It's everlasting. And it will not pass away. His kingdom won't be destroyed. So that kind of defines his kingdom, his dominion being everlasting. I mean, from this point, his dominion lasts forever. The context defines it.
Yeah, so we believe that the kingdom of Islam, talked about Daniel, it's constituted in two realms, both the physical and the spiritual. So when it's saying olam here, it could refer to the spiritual sense in which Islam is going to reign for eternally. Like, it's going to be the religion in heaven, and it's going to be what God orders us to follow.
I'm not really arguing. Like, I don't have a position on that. I'm just asking, based on what I said, does it make sense that this dominion would be everlasting? Like, does that make sense based on what I said? Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, you said you have a question for them. Go ahead. My friend, he's my co-host. He just said he has a question as well.
It was pertaining to the previous point we moved on from, so I don't know if you still want me to.
Johnny, you could keep going. You could keep going if you. I don't think they have an issue with that. If you have something else,
Okay, because it was just pertaining to the whole emperor thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
We're arguing. I'm sorry.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Because if we're arguing about whether or not Muhammad can be called king and whether the Son of Man is a king, and I believe it was Joe that mentioned, oh well, the kingdom of Greece had an emperor, not necessarily a king. I would just ask, like, could we call Muhammad an emperor then?
Over Islam, in the sense that but the point I was trying to make is, right, is that the Bible considers Greece a kingdom. So with his context, he would have to
assume if we didn't know what kingdom it was, he would say, oh yeah, it has to be a king. So therefore it can't be emperor, because emperor is not a king. You understand?
Are you saying that according to Glenn's standard?
Yeah, the emperor wouldn't be a king and therefore wouldn't be the kingdom in reference to.
Well, I mean, like, I think he responded to that when he was pointing out the function of a king essentially as a monarch, which an emperor essentially functions the same way. So I don't know if that's
But the thing is, when I was talking about functionality and what it means to be a king in the context, he was hell bent on sticking to the point that we have to refer to him as a king. That call him a king. Can you call him a king? So I'm saying the emperor, he was never called. He was called an emperor. He was not called a king. And by his context, that Greece wouldn't be a kingdom. It wouldn't be a king, and wouldn't fit the criteria that he's trying to push forward. You understand what I'm
okay.
saying?
Glenn, can I just ask you, are we on the same page here? Like, do you think the word king? I just want to make sure I'm understanding you because I don't have your mind, so I don't know what you're thinking. But were you trying to argue that the word king was the necessary word to describe the Son of Man, or would you be more flexible with just anything that refers to like some sort of monarch?
Anything
Go ahead.
that refers to monarch, I'm just saying that king would be one of them, and
That's not.
king would be the best one because it literally says his kingdom, and a king is the general term used for one who serves a kingdom. That's why Babylon has a king, Rome
So
has
then,
a
when Greece
king,
wouldn't
right?
fit the criteria,
No, you didn't hear me. I said it would be the best one used, but I'm flexible. It just refers to a monarch. That's what I read the definition of king. You guys agreed already.
no,
I read the definition of king,
I
a
feel,
monarch over a kingdom, over
I got you.
territory. So
But
that's what I'm saying,
I
Johnny.
feel like you backtracked because when it was just me and you talking, you're really hell bound the king point. To be
I,
honest, I didn't even.
I was
At a certain point. Wait, hold
the
on.
reason I was
Wait, hold
held
on. Two
hellbound
seconds. Two
because
seconds.
all these words just refer to
You weren't.
being
Okay.
all these words just refer to being a monarch or supreme or sovereign ruler over land. So I was just using the word king because the text says kingdom. So if I'm saying kingdom, I'm gonna say king. That's what I was asking you. Is it fair to call him the king of this kingdom, or the monarch of this, the emperor of this kingdom, whatever word refers to him being the sovereign ruler whom all people serve over this kingdom? That's all I was asking. Johnny, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So he was hell bent on the word kingdom. Okay.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, I
That's
understand where you're coming from. I'm not like,
mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna accuse you of being dishonest there. I think at most you could say, and I'm not saying this is the case, but at most, Glenn started off wrong, but kind of picked it up afterward. But that's at most of what you can conclude. I don't think really there was an issue with what he was saying. So
Yeah,
I mean,
But
I hear you
I
guys
think at a
totally,
certain
huh?
point, I think he fixed it now. I agree. I think he fixed it now, right? Where
I
he's
I
having a little more variation. Wait, hold on. I'm thinking. Okay, so he has a little more like it can mean something else. It can mean
I
something other than king. But
I
when we were talking, he
I
made it seem as though
yeah.
at a certain point. Wait, hold on. 2 seconds. I'm gonna finish right now. At a certain point, I thought that king was mentioned in the verse that he was bringing to me. At a certain point, I actually thought king was mentioned in the verse. And then when he
mhm.
read the verse back to me, I'm like, king is not even mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By the way, Glenn, I'm not saying you messed up. I'm just like saying like that's the message you can
Sorry,
conclude.
John. One sec. Yeah, I was not at all trying to say, like, I showed you guys a text. It's not like I'm trying to hide anything. I didn't say king was in the verse. I'm just saying that the text mentions that this is his kingdom. So if this is his kingdom, then it makes sense that he can be called the king or the monarch, the ruler,
Okay, okay.
the ruler. But you guys kept saying ruler, so I kept pressing king because king itself is in context of kingdom, right? And you guys use the term king in your belief. So I was asking if it's also fair to use the word king. You guys could use the term ruler, but as being specific the word king. Like, I was being specific with the word while not negating the other terms. So if you guys thought negating the other terms, no. You guys can use all those terms for the Son of Man. Ruler, monarch, emperor, sure. But these don't, I'm asking if
So,
these
but
negate for you the
when I
word
said
king, right? Like, do these
when I
negate
said
the
the
word
word
king?
master, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I said the word, okay, master would suffice in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said no. Is he a king? That's what you asked me. You said no. This is the question I'm asking.
Yeah,
I bring you an alternative, just like emperor is an alternative.
yeah.
I bring master.
Yeah, you brought me an alternative, which is fine. You could do that. But if I'm asking you a specific question, I want a specific answer to what I asked. So if I asked you if he can be called the king, I want to answer to that. I don't want you to bring another word. These words can suffice. I'm not saying they don't. But I want a specific answer to what I asked you. Can he be called a king? So
But the point is,
I'm gonna
why
guess,
would you?
Joe.
Why would let's
I'm
end it?
gonna guess, Joe, that your answer to that was yes. Am I correct in saying that?
So what?
That he can be called a king?
In a context, sure.
Okay, so then I don't see an issue here then. So I just want to ask you guys something else then on the text, if that's your guys' view on it. I personally find your guys' view weird in an Islamic paradigm. But that's what you guys say, so I won't argue against that. Verse 14 specifically, it says all nations will serve him, and this word palak, which is used, I'm going to open up the definition. I'll show you guys. In the definitions given for this word palak, which is used in verse 14, it says that this word refers to service, worship, ministering, and here it says pay reverence to or to serve in regards to deity. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if this word is only used of deity, then how can this word be applied to Muhammad? Could you guys explain that for me?
Because we
It's not
serve the
only used for
prophet.
deity.
We serve the prophet. It says or, right? It says or. So
The term is
we'll go with
equivocal.
that understanding. Yeah.
So, sorry, Joe, repeat your answer first, and then Nay, you'll go ahead. Joe, what'd you say?
I'm saying that it says or. It says or worship, service or worship. Okay, so
Right.
we'll agree.
And in the definition,
that
wait, sorry, one sec. And in the definition I gave you, it said it refers to deity. Like I gave you this definition down here. It says pay reverence to, or to serve, and in brackets it says deity, meaning these definitions are in reference to deity. Like, did you see that?
Yeah, but the Bible uses the word palak for other than God, though.
Nay, I'm guessing that's
Yeah,
what you were
I'm-
about to say.
Yeah, I know. You bring the verse up already. Wow, you're so good at this, man.
All right, where in the Bible, guys? Tell me, where in the Bible does it use the term palak for other than deity?
Ezra 7:24.
Ezra 7:24. Okay, let's pull it up. So Ezra 7:24 will be a case where the word palak is used for other than deity.
Thomas, I just learned like all this stuff like today, man.
Oh, I know.
Like,
Good,
to be honest,
yeah, good job.
so I'm not fully educated. He probably knows more than me.
This is a good place.
I'm not fully educated, so if I'm stumped, I'm stumped.
It's okay.
You know?
This is a good place for you guys to exercise your knowledge. I've heard of this good objection before. This is Ezra 7:24. I'll read from verse 23. Whatever is commanded by the God of the heavens must be done diligently for the house of God of the heavens, the temple, so that wrath will not fall on the realm of the king and his sons. Be advised that you do not have authority to impose tribute, duty, and land tax on any priests, Levites, singers, doorkeepers, temple servants, or other servants. I believe this is the word we block here, or other servants of this house of God. So, Nay, make your point. Make your point how this refers to
Other than God?
Other than God, yeah. Why do you say so from the text?
Because it's
So I
talking
would
about
say-
the house of God, the temple.
It's talking about the people, right? Look, when it says,
Oh,
be
it's the
advised
people?
that you do not have any authority to impose. No, that's not the word for palak. It's actually tribute, duty, and then tax, I believe. Tax. The tax one is palak. So, yeah, it's not the servants one. I think it could be that, but I don't.
Wait. For me, this is the Hebrew.
Yeah, it's
right side.
troll. It's
Any of the priests,
It's
singers,
troll.
doorkeepers, servants, tax. No, you are wrong there. The word palak is used in regard to the servants. When it says servants of this house, that's the word. This is where the word palak is used. Okay, so you're saying that this refers to what, and how is it not referring to God? Say that again.
Wait, can you just keep it still so I could like read it? Wait, just real quick. It's also palak is also used for tax. I'm pretty sure it's either tribute, duty, or tax, right? Because that's what I was trying to show.
Nah, it's like this is the Hebrew on the right side. Tax. Wait, let me put this on the screen for those on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not familiar with the exact verse, but from what I'm reading, it's saying
yeah, the palak is not used there at all. Palak is used
okay.
for servants. Like the word palak is used here. I'm not disagreeing. It's just used for different words.
Yeah.
Servants of the house. So, okay. So this is where the word palak is used. So it says, "Do not impose any tax on Levites, priests, anybody, or other servants of this house of God." So my question: who are these servants serving? Nay or Joe? According to this text, who are the servants serving?
Who are the servants serving?
Yeah, like
I'm pretty sure from what I'm
it says that the
from what I'm
servants
reading
of
from this,
the house of God. So who are they serving?
the house of God.
So then palak in reference to these servants is that they serve God, right?
No,
No, it's the house of God.
So if who when you serve in the house of God, who are you serving? A house is not a personal thing. So who are you serving when you serve in the house? The house refers to the temple in context. So if you serve in the temple of God, who are you serving?
Wait, what was that? If you're serving in the house of God, who are you serving?
Yeah, if you serve in the house of God, like if you serve in the house of God, who are you serving?
God. But
Beautiful. So that would mean then that these servants are serving God, right?
yeah.
Well, then
Wait.
this would then show that palak is still being used only for deity, right?
I thought that the word, bro. What? Wait, hold on.
Brother, you could pull up the Hebrew. I have the Hebrew here. I'll read directly a Hebrew translation. Okay. Also, we inform
Wait,
that.
the air.
Sorry, say that again. Say that again.
I thought you were pulling up the Aramaic.
Sorry, yes, sorry, my fault. Aramaic, yeah, this is Aramaic. Wait, no, sorry. I'll give you a little information. Parts of Ezra were written in Aramaic, parts written in Hebrew. So this part of
Yeah.
Ezra was written in Hebrew, but it's still I think this part is also in Aramaic as well. I don't know all of that, but yeah, let's say Aramaic for just sake of conversation. Also, we inform that any of the priests, Levites, singers, doorkeepers, netinim, which I think is translated as temple servants. Sorry, one sec. Netinim.
Yo, what verse is that again?
This is the verse you brought. Ezra 7:24. Ezra 7:24.
No, he brought it. What was the verse? Ezra what?
Ezra
7:24.
Yeah, Ezra 7:24. All right, netinim, or servants, as you guys see, this word says palak, or servants of house of God. And it says ilaha. This is Aramaic. Yes, you're right, Aramaic. This one. So I'm gonna ask you guys again. If they're servants in the house of God, then who are they serving?
They would be serving God.
So that would mean then that when palak is used to regard them as servants, it's still being used for deity, right? Be honest with me.
Bro, wait. I thought that the tribute custom or the word like tax there, I thought that was literally palak.
Nah,
Wait, what is the word there then?
Okay, I'll show you. I'll help you. Don't worry. I got you. Let me put that back on the screen. Okay, so I'll read it. You said tax tribute, right? So I'll go down here. Palak is used for
Yeah.
servants, as it says here. This tax is a word midah. This word, it says midah. Tribute is this word, which I cannot pronounce, since belo or something like that. Toll is this word halak. Not.
Okay, I think I
Option
understand the
codes.
verse a little better.
Okay. So you guys then see
I think I understand this.
All right, beautiful. So I'm gonna ask again.
I didn't make the argument. Can I make the argument? So I think that the
sorry,
palak is
Joe. I'm speaking to Nate because he's the one that brought this, right? So then Nate,
Yeah.
So then Nate, you would then agree that palak here is used only for deity still, right?
No, I would actually disagree because I think the verse it's saying
All right, you've been
that the
a
servants.
respectful guest, but respectful, I'm gonna drop you for that, brother. I don't. If you see the text that it calls them the servants of the house of God, and you say they're serving God in the house, and you're still saying no, then I view that as intellectual dishonesty. You've been respectful, which I appreciate, but it's been a little overextended. So I did kick you out, but if you want to come back another day, we can. I did hear out for a good
I got
amount of
you.
time, though. Joe, what's up?
I got you. So I read a little bit of the verse, right? So when I use the word palak,
Mm-hmm.
it says under it in service or in gratitude or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And something like that, right? So the context that I gave under the word, what I read, it didn't use the word in a worships. It used it in, or at least you're saying that palak basically it only means worship. Is that what you're trying to assert?
Not just worship, but service. And I'm saying palak is only used in service or worship to God. So it's used for service. It's
Only
used for,
toward God. Okay,
yeah,
good.
so
Okay.
it's used for service. It's used for worship, but either one is only to God. That's the point of palak.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So under it says of this temple. No?
Yeah. Servants of this house of God. Right.
Of this no. Service of this temple. Of this house of God.
Yes. Okay.
Do you believe that the service is towards the house of God?
No, no, it says they're servants of this house of God. So,
Yeah.
Joe, so you believe that service is a personal action, right? It's two, like a person serves another person, right?
Not specifically. Like I think that people used to think that they worshipped statues,
But
but I
but
don't think
but
that's
but
personal.
but but they can't, right? Like they
No,
even
but
though
that's
even
what they
even
claim to.
even
That's what they
even though
claim
they
to.
they claim to do it doesn't mean they do, right? Yeah, Nay,
Yeah,
you were respectful,
that's
so
sure.
I appreciate that, Nay. I just dropped you. I think it was a little overdue, that conversation.
Sure,
But Nay, thank you for your respect. But they don't, Joe. They
sure.
don't do worship. They don't actually worship. That's what they claim, right?
Yeah, I agree. But
So so
that's
sir,
just what it
so
says. I'm not. I'm
yeah.
not saying that
Mm-hmm.
that's the reading that I could possibly come to.
So I'm
I'm
saying,
saying that it literally says
okay.
that.
So yeah, you're right. It says servants of this house of God. So I was asking
Yeah.
if they are servants of the temple. The house of God is the temple. If they are servants of this house of God, I mean they serve in the temple. Who are they serving? That was my question to
And
you.
service is worship, right? Service is the worship.
Remember, they can be used either or. So service, you can say worship, sure, but it's serving. So they're serving. But
Okay,
yeah,
so
worship.
they're worshiping
Mm-hmm.
of this house of God. They're worshiping of this house of God.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
They're
who
worshiping this house of God.
you're saying that's what the text
No,
says?
that's what the text is saying. The text is saying that it's worship towards the house of God.
Brother.
Now you can have service if you're trying to say service in a deity sense, then it would make more sense. And that's what I'm saying. Palak is not only used, or you have to concede that the temple is actually God.
Brother, let me ask you: if I say I'm a servant of the court, do I serve the court? Like do I serve the building?
They have worship.
Joel, I'm gonna ask again. If I say like let look like human, I'm using like a real life example. If I
I got you.
say
I got you. Go ahead.
if I say I'm a servant of the court, like the court system, I work in a courtroom, and I say I'm a servant
Yeah.
of the court. Do I serve the building, like
Yeah.
the bricks on the build? Do I serve the building?
No.
So what am I saying? I'm saying I serve in the court. I serve the judge. I serve the lawyers.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
right,
You can come on down. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So if the text is saying that they are servants of this house of God, and service is a personal action, that means the text is saying they are serving God by serving in His house, right?
Sure.
All right. So that means that palak here is being used for God, right?
No.
All right, Joe. You've been
All
respectful
right.
too.
Peace out, man.
You've been respectful, Joe. I appreciate that. But I think that one
Dang.
also was overdue. I think both of you guys were dishonest. To be honest with me, to be honest, yeah, I really think someone on YouTube was saying I should just let them go. They denying what, and I probably would have, but they were respectful. I respect people who are respectful. You feel me, John? I respect people who are respectful. So let them
Yeah,
stay a
man.
little bit. If you guys notice, I didn't really go against what they said because, to be honest, but to me, yes, I'm on YT stuff. If you search up my name, top left, my name, Bible Lover 1234. If you click my bio, it's the first word on my bio, my name. That's my YouTube name, Bible Lover 1234. To me, Johnny, what they said is blasphemous. To me, honestly, the Quran says explicitly, like 59:23, He is Allah, other than whom there is no deity. Palak is used only of deity, as I showed. No sovereign. He's the sovereign, the pure, the perfection, the bestower of faith, the overseer, the exalted in might, the compeller, the superior. And other translations say he is the king. So in regards to having ownership over the earth, ownership over the universe, it says it's Allah. So if they're saying, are you non-denom? You can kind of put me in there, but I don't specify my denomination stuff. Other translations like Arbery, it says he is the king. So we're talking about king over creation or over the earth, over just all people. So if they're saying that Muhammad can be called king over Islam, king over all people, or like sovereign over all people, sovereign over the earth. I just said king because it says kingdom in the text. So if you can be called king over the earth, king over Islam, and you be okay with that, then enjoy Islam, bro. Like, hey, bro, enjoy Islam. I just think that's blasphemous to say. Like the Quran says, you are nothing but a warner or a messenger. You are nothing more than that. You're just a servant of Allah. So the Quran doesn't mention him as like a king over all people, but If that's what they say, that's what they say. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna.
Right.
If that's what they say, that's what they say. Enjoy Islam. There were people.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, just the thing is like the description of the Son of Man. Even if you don't want to say that he's the Most High God, which I disagree with fully, I don't think that lines up with the text. But if you want to take an Aryan view, even like that's the lowest you can really go, and that just it doesn't line up with Muhammad. Right? You can't describe Muhammad as having this everlasting kingdom, being served by all creatures, and it doesn't line up, right? And having a eternal dominion, it doesn't line up with Muhammad.
Celebrating Jesus tonight, we sing praises.
We sing praises to our King, for He is the King of Kings. We sing praises to our King, for He's the King of Kings.
Everybody sing Jesus tonight. We sing praises.
We sing praises to our King, for He is the King of Kings. We sing praises to our King, for He's the King of Kings.
Everybody sing.